Hi, I'm Kate, and in this video we're going to look at how to improve our posture with a few simple exercises and stretches you can do every week. So we're going to begin with a warm-up. Sitting with the legs crossed and the back tall, you'll want to feel like there's a straight line going from your sit bones to the top of your head. Then breathing in and exhaling, you're going to curve and push the spine backwards, dropping the chin. Then inhale and sit back up nice and tall, feeling those sit bones driving into the floor. You can lift the chin here for an extra stretch. Then we're going to repeat, curving backwards, holding onto your knees to stabilize yourself. This is just to wake up the spine and to get ready for the following exercises. So then arching your back, lifting your chin to the ceiling, and sitting back straight. One more, breathing out as you push backwards, stretch out the spine, and then slowly arch, the back and lift the chin. Great, we're going to move on to lengthening the neck. I want you to feel like you're lengthening the back of the neck and pulling up through to the top of the head. This doesn't mean curving the back, but you might notice that the chin naturally drops slightly as you do this movement. But I don't want you to force the chin down. So pull up through the back of the neck and relax. And then again, pull up through the back of the neck, grow taller through the spine and relax. Don't force the chin, just let it drop naturally as you pull up right at the back of the head. And stay sitting nice and tall. And relax. Good. We're now going to move on to the lats. The lats join the arms to the back. Starting by pressing your shoulders down, palms facing front. We're going to keep the shoulders down and lift the arms to fifth. Then press the arms back down and squeeze the shoulder blades. Make sure your arms are slightly in front of you before you squeeze them back. Off we go. To fifth, squeeze the lats down, squeeze the shoulder blades and back. To fifth, down, squeeze back and reset. We're going to do 6 more of these. Keep an eye on your alignment. So you want to stay really lifted in the spine, high up on the sit bones with that long neck we've just been practicing. And finally, the last one. Press the lats down, squeeze the shoulders back. Good, and relax. We're just going to stretch out the arms, so give one arm a big circle twisting back and then swap to the other arm and relax. Moving on now to our hands and knees, we're going to wake up the spine with a cat-cow. So this is similar to the arch and the curve we did sitting down, but it's going to be slightly deeper. So dropping in your chin and curving the spine, and then arching the back and lifting your chin. We're then going to add a circle or a figure of 8. So you're going to join your right shoulder to your right hip, curve down, left shoulder to left hip, lift the chin. Then we reverse this, so going to the left, dropping the forehead down and going to the right. This is to increase our back mobility. Off we go. You can combine this with the breath. So exhaling as you curve and inhaling as you arch. And off we go with our circle going around to the left shoulder. And again, a second time. Keep breathing normally here. You want to make sure your shoulders are directly over your wrists. And now one last circle. Go nice and gently, don't force this. Going in the opposite direction now. So we're going to go round to the right. 2 and now just 2 more. This should feel quite nice. And last one. Good. Relax. We're going to look at an upper back twist now. So this is going to open out the upper back, putting your hand behind your head, lifting the elbow up to the ceiling, and then bringing your elbow down to the supporting arm and curling inwards. We're going to repeat this 4 times. Really open out the chest as you lift the elbow up, and exhale as you curve inwards. You can also do this exercise with your leg out to the side. This just gives an extra stretch. Now let's swap to the other side. Now reaching up your first arm up to the ceiling and lower it back down. And now the other arm, just for a gentle stretch. Walk the hands forwards and we're going to stretch out the back, keeping the bum lifted this time. This should feel really nice on the spine. If you like, you can take a standard child's pose sitting on your heels. Now walking one hand to the side, place the other on top, and repeat to the other side for a gentle side stretch. Moving on now to your front, place your hands either side of you and lengthen through the spine. We're going to do a cobra stretch. So lifting the upper body off the floor, engaging the shoulders, so you want to squeeze the shoulder blades down, and then lower the forehead down to the floor. Combining with the breath, you're going to inhale, then exhale as you push up, and inhale as you lower back down. This exercise is all about lengthening and building strength in the back. Remember to slide those shoulder blades down each time before you lift the head off the floor. Now pushing all the way back into a big seal stretch. And for a deeper stretch, you can lift the chin and look up to the ceiling. You don't have to go very high for this, and do not force it. Let's go again. So exhaling as you push up. This should be a nice stretch, keeping the legs open, and lower back down. One last one. If you do want an extra challenge, you can close the legs. This will make it more difficult. Kneeling back up, and we're going to go for an upper back stretch. So threading one arm underneath, dropping the shoulder down to the floor, relaxing the head on the floor, and stay here. This should feel really nice through the spine. And now swapping sides. Now stretch back in a traditional child's pose. Now lying on your front, we're going to do some arm circles. Shoot the shoulder blades down, lengthen the neck, and float both arms off the floor. Then keeping the forehead down, you're going to circle them all the way back, bend the elbows and slide them forwards again. You can do this one arm at a time if you prefer. Off we go. Exhaling as you circle the arms all the way around to the back. Inhaling as you reach the arms forwards. This is a great exercise for building mobility in the shoulders. Now we're going to strengthen the back with a double arm and leg lift. You can modify this exercise by either just lifting the arms off, or maybe even just lifting one arm off and using the other arm to push up. This exercise isn't about height, it's about controlling the movement, so we're gradually building strength. We're going to do 4 of these. Modify as you want. Remember to exhale as we execute the movement and inhale as we rest and reset. This is a great exercise for strengthening the back and building your core strength. Make sure that your neck is long and your shoulders are pressing down as we lift off the floor. And push back onto your heels, reach the fingers forwards, drop the forehead down in child's pose. Let's go for another little side stretch, so bring the hands over to one side and over to the other side. Now, sitting back up, we're going to lie on our backs with our knees bent, feet hip width apart, and we're going to do some pelvic rolls. You want to make sure your knees aren't opening, so they're facing up to the ceiling. We're going to roll up through the spine, vertebra by vertebra, until we make a diagonal line from our knees to our shoulders, floating the arms up. Then we're going to roll back down through the spine and drop the arms back down. We'll repeat this 4 times. Breathing in and exhale as you curl up through the spine. Float the arms nice and soft, float them back down, and then articulate through the spine as you roll back down to the floor. Let's repeat this 3 more times and keep an eye on the knees, making sure they're not opening and making sure the pelvis isn't twisting or dropping. This is a great Pilates exercise to work on the mobility of your spine and also increase your core strength. There shouldn't be any tension in your neck during this. And now hug your knees into your chest and relax. Moving on, we're going to do a spine twist. So releasing one leg and bringing one knee across your body and reach the opposite arm out to the side. Now let's swap over and do the same with the other leg. This should feel really nice on the spine. Kneeling up, we're going to do a hip flexor stretch. If we're holding any tension in the hip flexors, this can affect our posture and the way the spine is held. So we're going to stretch it out by tucking the pelvis underneath and pushing the hips forwards. If you want a deeper stretch here, you can lift the chin and look up to the ceiling. Now let's swap over, do the same on the other leg. Tuck the pelvis, push forwards until you feel a stretch, and hold. Sitting back down, we're going to do our seated lower back extensions. So with your legs extended in front of you, we're going to curl the spine backwards, dropping the chin down, and then sit up nice and straight as high as you can on your sit bones. Curl back down again, and sit back up, lengthening the spine. This exercise is a lot harder than it looks, but excellent for building up our lower back strength and mobility. Try to find that lengthened neck position that we found at the beginning of this video. You can combine this with the breath, so as you curl back, you breathe out, as you sit up, you breathe in. And now just one last one, making sure that the movement is slow and controlled. Great, and finally for our last exercise, we're going to do seated leg raises. So find that tall position sitting straight. We're going to float one leg off the floor and lower it back down gently. This is going to require a lot of strength from the hips and the core. It doesn't matter how high you lift the leg, you want to do this with control. So work with whatever height is comfortable for you. And that concludes our workout. I hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe and check out this Stretch and Strengthen playlist. Thanks for watching.